The former Hollydale golf course in Plymouth is back on the front burner. The city has received a new application for redevelopment. The same Plymouth development team behind the previous application submitted the new one. It sued the city after its application was denied last fall. But now the city has signed an agreement with the developer that suspends the lawsuit while the city reviews the new application. The new version is similar to the old one. Each calls for 229 single-family homes, but there are slight changes as to where some houses would go and where green space would be preserved. There will be a public hearing on the new plans, but a date has not been released yet. If the application is eventually approved by the City Council, the lawsuit would be dismissed. Meanwhile, the Maple Grove City Council has approved plans by Shake Shack for a drive-through restaurant in the shops at Arbor Lakes. The city worked with Shake Shack on where the drive-through would go and what parking spaces it would take away from neighboring restaurants, Potbelly and Red Lobster. Planning Commission members had similar parking concerns when Portillo's was built. In approving the drive-through, the council says the revised plans create the least amount of traffic hassle. The past few weeks have put a spotlight on police reform work at the state capitol. I spoke with Representative Cedrick Frazier about this for this week's Newsmakers segment.
Well, I guess we have to start with, what did you think about the verdict?
I thought it was the right verdict. It was the verdict I was hoping for, and I think you can see by the reaction of the community here around the country and around the world that it was a verdict that many people were wanting to see. But also, I think many folks understand that that is only one part of the process, and we've got a lot more work to do.
How do you think it will weigh into the ongoing discussion and action on police reform?
I think it should weigh in very prevalently. As a lawyer, I mean, precedent is an important thing, in the practice of law, and I hope this will set a precedent. I hope this will send a message that accountability is important, that accountability will happen, and I truly believe that if officers know that they will be held accountable for actions like this when they cross the line, that there will be a pause and there will be more thoughtfulness around what they do and how they engage community members when their job is to protect and serve and not cause harm.
I know the Senate passed a public safety bill a few days ago. Do you think there's any possibility that now police reform could be added to that, or more measures?
I'm hoping there's a possibility. We did have Senator Gazelka come out and say that he wanted to at least have hearings around fact finding. I'm not sure what that means. He didn't promise to actually include any of the reforms that we have. We're going to have a lot of reforms coming from outside. I really think this is an opportunity for Minnesota to step up and meet this moment and be a leader on police reform and accountability. I will say we probably need to go even further than what we have in the public safety bill that we have now. The time is right. The Chauvin verdict was important to remind us that we need to keep moving forward in a progressive manner. And I just really think we need to take advantage of this opportunity that we're in and be a leader. The world is still watching us to see what we're going to do.
All right. And when we talk about police reforms, is there anything specific that you would want to highlight or show as something that needs to happen now?
I mean, something that can happen right now is there is a bill that I authored with two of my other colleagues, Representative Moeller, Representative Jamie Becker-Finn, around police stops and how we stop our motorists. And this was a direct reaction to what happened with Dante Wright and what led to the killing of Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center, is that the expired tabs were the reason the officers pulled them over. And then an air freshener was the secondary thing that they looked at, that they specifically noted in their report. Those are the type of things, those were not an imminent danger to the community at all. It didn't cause any danger for him to drive and operate that vehicle. We do not need to have law officers with guns doing traffic stops. It is not something that's inherently dangerous. So we should find a way to limit those interactions if we have a bill that goes directly to that.
A Brooklyn Park auto repair shop is getting creative to prevent a crime that takes only minutes to commit. Catalytic converter thefts have been on the rise due to their precious metals. It can cost hundreds of dollars to replace one. That's why Victory Auto Services in Brooklyn Park is offering to spray paint converters for free to any customers that have their vehicles in for other services.
Yeah, by doing this, we just hope that the customers that come in are realizing that, we're thinking on their behalf. We're looking out for them. Well, hopefully it'll all stop at some point soon, but just one level deterrent and just give our customers a little peace of mind.
And Jeff says you'll know if your converter was stolen from a loud roar your car will make when you start it. Hennepin Technical College's annual plant sale is now underway. Neil Pursley found the school not only produces healthy plants, but is growing tomorrow's horticulture professionals.
In the greenhouse, there's just everything from hydroponics to running a crop to just different greenhouse operations.
As a student, Leah Rezak is part of a small army that makes the Hennepin Technical College plant sale happen every year.
We do a lot of transplanting, taking cuttings, watering in the greenhouse.
We're almost the same as last year, but not quite.
The commanding officer of this army of students would be Deb Kwame. She's in charge of the landscape and horticulture programs at the college.
It's really difficult too when the students grow so many different things and then to have everything listed.
There won't be any in-person browsing of the flora this year. All the ordering is online.
So we've grouped some things into, say for example, instead of buying singles, we've grouped it into buying a certain amount of plants for containers. Say you have a container on your patio, we have it down to so many plants fit in this box at this price.
The other important function of the plant sale remains unchanged.
This is definitely a lot of hands-on experience that's going to be useful to me as I go on in my career in this industry.
In Brooklyn Park, Neil Pursley, CCX News.
Online ordering continues through May 12th and curbside pickup starts on May 6th. Of course, for more on this story and the other stories we cover here at CCX Media, check out our website, ccxmedia.org.